Hello YouTube and welcome to our latest war recap video. This war we were up against what I think was probably the best war clan we've ever faced. 3-Star Empire, big shout out to you, superb war, we really enjoyed it, and we learned a few things as well, so we kind of I guess had a new standard shown to us in that 3-Star Empire came along and cleared all of our Town Hall 9s with 8 hours to spare in the war, and they still had something like 6 or 8 Town Hall 9 attacks left over, so that was pretty impressive. And they got some triples on our Town Hall 10s as well, so let's check out the map. We'll definitely show what they did to our bases. So triple there on B-Man from their Town Hall 11, which you've got to expect when a Town Hall 11 dips, but they also got a triple against Jason, and as I say, all of our Town Hall 9s were 3-starred by their Town Hall 9s, which is we don't see that very often, so that was a big shout out to 3-Star Empire. On our side, a couple of triples at the top, courtesy of Major, so that's always cool. We got all of their 10s, including this kind of 10.5, 2-starred on, and 1 or 2 stars left on the board at Town Hall 9, so that, not many, but just one here, that kind of ended up being the difference in the war. But super enjoyable war. Let's check out the roster. So Major, big shout out for a 6-star war this war. Same for Crusher, so impressive attacks there. Death Star, welcome to the clan, kicked things off with a triple and a 6-star war, so that's impressive. Still Dissing, 6 stars again, so congrats Nick. Minor Major, 199%, bit of a heartbreaker, but special shout out for that, being so close. Zimmer with 6 stars as well, and there's some scout attacks at the bottom, so we'll skip over those. Let's get into the attack replays. So we've got Major coming in on their Town Hall 11. Well, it's kind of a Town Hall 11. There's no, I can't see an Eagle Artillery, so Major is just coming in with a couple of minions here just to speed up the funneling a little bit. Drops a giant down just to get the lure and trigger the giant bomb that's in that spot. Not quite sure why someone's left a gap in the base. I suspect that's a mistake. Happens sometimes. You saw there just how much damage those that baby drag and 2 Valks did to Major's level 39 Queen. The one thing that I have seen as a way to deal with that particular CC troop combination is to bring a giant, and as the Valks start running towards your Queen, just drop the giant down, and the Valks get distracted by the giant. The Queen starts shooting the Valks and takes them out, and she doesn't take very much damage, so maybe worth trying in a raid here or there just to see whether that works out for you. But in the meantime, Major has been bringing a little bit of bowler action and doing a lovely walk around the base with all the bowlers. Any base that has a ring or a moat, as I like to call it, and is just such a bad idea with bowlers, because you get so much value from them being able to shoot over walls and take out 2 rows of defenses behind, which is exactly what's happening here, just waltzing around the base, clearing it up as you go along, happy as, and then just breaking through the wall. And these are lava walls, so it takes a little while to break through. And this golem just popped out of nowhere at the top of the screen. That's just bizarre. Right, there you go, triple. Major made it look easy. Oops, sorry, only watch it once though. Right, let's check out Major doing the same thing on a Town Hall 10. So he goes for the lure and doesn't quite get it, which is kind of interesting. So he comes in with the Queen. He's got a couple of golems with some miners, and that's quite an interesting tactic, because the golems obviously can do a lot of tanking, and the miners are going to get huge value there. Builds a nice funnel for his bowlers, that's what they're called. Coming into the core of the base, just dealing with the dragon by virtue of poison, and the warden eventually turns around and finishes it off. So there's quite a bit of work here for the Queen to do, but she's got a bunch of healers on her. There's no expos. He's got the big things that he needs for the Queen to be safe, which is both Infernos and the expos, because those expos with their extended range can really damage a Queen while she's walking around the base. But she's going to come under fire here a bit, but her ability gives her a nice health boost, takes out 2 of the remaining defenses, and so there's only one building left and takes it down. So very nice attack, Major. Okay, let's move along. Crusher coming in on their top Town Hall 9, bringing the Valks. So it lays down a couple of jump spells, makes the path pretty clear where he wants his Valks to go. That's a nice way of keeping them in the base. They're going to split a little bit, but that's not a bad thing when you've got Town Hall 10 level Valkyries running around the Town Hall 9 base. Just means you get more value. These are max level walls, and this was I think a max base for Town Hall 9, so there's quite a bit of work for the Valks to do to beat through these walls and get where they want to go. However, they are doing some nice work clearing things out, and not really that much of a threat for his troops. Just cruising along, not too long to go, and gets the triple. Very nice attack, Crusher. Okay, who's next? Jace coming in on number 7, bringing the miners. Okay, drops the queen and the king in one corner, and then does the usual face roll on the miners. They dash straight to the queen, take her out. There's a lava in the CC, so these miners are under absolutely no risk at all. He's brought a couple of hogs, which can't hurt, just to target a few defences. Nice heal spell placements just to keep everything up. He's got tons of miners left. I'm not sure how many he's lost, but it's not many. There are just huge groups of miners just coming and completely trashing the base. It's just such a overpowered attack against Town Hall 9s as a Town Hall 10. So, and Jace does it very nicely indeed. Okay, dip attack from yours truly with more miners, but chucking in a queen walk just for got to do something. And I think it was primarily to see what, didn't know what was in the CC, so I thought I'd lure the CC, which turned out to be not such a good move given that it had a lava hound in there, but you get that sometimes. Still, so hi ho, happens. Drop all the miners, keep going with the attack. The queen eventually deals with those things, but that has made her move. I wanted her to run around the edge of the base, and she's kind of run in towards the centre, so she's not actually going to do very much in this raid. She's just going to get stuck on a wall for most of this attack. Meanwhile, there's several groups of miners running around doing what miners do best, and that is wrecking Town Hall 9s. I have heard that these bad boys are also being used at high level for raids as well, but I haven't quite figured out how to make that work reliably. If I'd managed to get that cracked, I'll pop a video up for it. But tons of miners left. There's, I don't know how many's left there, but they took out that storage in next to no time. So easy cleanup. We've got Crusher coming in, saying it's not just all about miners. Possibly could have dropped a couple of jump spells, possibly could have been a little bit more aggressive with that second jump spell, but I think it's going to get him into the compartment with the Expo. Another hound. I don't know why these guys had so many hounds in their CCs. That kind of went out a couple of updates ago, but I guess it might still surprise some people. Yeah, those Valks got in there, no trouble at all. Nice heal spell placement, keeping his Valks up. He's got his king with a few wizards and a golem running around one side. He's got his queen in there with some bowlers and Valkyries. There's just death and destruction coming from all around. Buildings and defenses going down left, right and centre. Nice high level king, so there's plenty of tanking going for those wizards that are following behind the king, and the next thing you know, it gets the triple, made it look easy. Splendid attack, Crusher. Okay, Death Star, welcome to the clan. With I'll do a video on this attack style shortly, because it's pretty effective at Town Hall 9. And Death Star introduced us to it. So there's the Queen Walk on one corner of the base. There's CC bowlers for Town Hall 9s on the other side of the base, and both of them have 3 healers on each, I think it is. And then there's 8 or so Valkyries. There's a jump spell just to get the Valkyries in through the core of the base. They also take out the Queen. That's quite nice. So their job is basically to gut the core. There's the queen down one side, the bowlers down the other side, so they're taking out each flank. And then there's a few hogs to deploy as needed. So that's the general attack plan. It works pretty effectively. We'll speed this up a little bit. Sorry, I forgot to hit the 2 times button. So Valk's doing a nice job. The core is pretty much cleaned out. The only thing that's left up is that Expo. Has to pop the queen's ability because of the king. That's neither here nor there. There is the Expo still up. That's a little bit unlucky. But you get that. Sometimes can't always get everything in the core. Depends on how many compartments there are. Wizard is locked onto the Lava Hound, which is probably not ideal, but it's got a fair bit of health left as that Lava Hound, so it might be okay. Queen coming through. It's all coming back together. Queen's going to arrive just in time to help take out the all the pups, which is quite nice. So all the healers then end up forming a single heal group as the bowlers and the queen step up and take out the Expo. So lovely attack, Death Star, very nice, and welcome to the clan. Okay, look forward to calling out a few more of your attacks, including this one just here, as fate would have it. Alrighty, so we've got the queen coming in on this side of the base here, just kicking things off. There's starting at the top here. There's the bowlers with 3 healers, a couple of wall breakers just to get into the base. A little bit of a wall breaker fail, which is unlucky, but once that building goes down, so your improvisers here, he drops the jump spell probably a little bit ahead of where he wanted to, but dropped it in a place that's going to get him nice access. He's opened up 4 different compartments with that jump spell, so that's nice quick thinking and good improvisation. Heal spell to keep his Valks nice and healthy, because they were coming under quite a bit of fire there. He's got a couple of bowlers have gone into the core along with his Valks. That's not normally how the attack goes, but I don't think that's going to cause any problems at all. It's actually going to work out quite nicely because the Valks will tank damage for the bowlers. Got his queen coming around the side. She's getting stuck on a few storages. Meanwhile, he's got hogs, he's got Valkyries, he's got bowlers in the core. They're all trashing defenses and buildings as they go along. He's slowly losing troops here. He's got his queen up, and she's still got her ability, so she's got plenty of attack left in her. But there's quite a bit to do on this attack. And I forgot to hit the 2 times button again. There's quite a bit to do on the attack, and there's those inner buildings there, and unbelievably, the queen decides to backtrack and take out that cannon. I'm sure if that was my queen, she would have chosen a different path, but Death Star's queen seems to be a bit more highly trained than mine. And she's just going to come into this compartment here. He's got nice access to all these buildings and, importantly, all the defences. She's got enough healers on her to help her get through this compartment and take out the last of these defences, and then it's just a couple of buildings left over. There's a little bit of cleanup. We'll fast forward because we've seen cleanup before. Once the queen comes in, helps take things out, and the next thing you know, it gets the triple. Very nice attack. Okay, let's move along. Still Dearson coming in on this base here with on one of these modern trend style bases with all the defenses, so all the storages there, making it difficult to get access to both heroes, whilst the air defenses are scattered on the far side of the base and clumped up together, making a Laloon quite difficult. It's Golem in the CC, which is designed to be anti-Valk, and Nick kind of says, well, okay, we'll just run in and take it out anyway with a heal spell, and that works nicely. Valks are okay taking out a Golem, provided that you've got a heal on hand for them, and provided they're not under too much other attack. Doesn't work so well at Town Hall 10, where Infernos are going to stop the heal, but at Town Hall 9 you can get away with it. Okay, so Nick's coming in. He's got his bowlers coming in on one side. They're doing a great job taking out all the defences on the edge of the base. His queen is in the middle. He's brought a few archers to help with cleanup, and he's deployed them nice and early, so that's always nice to see. Never hurts to deploy your cleanup troops the moment the defences in that region are gone. He's got his king, Valkyries, bowlers, giants, barbarians, you name it. It's a big massive damage running around in that section, and it doesn't need any of them because his bowlers rock up and take out that Expo. So lovely attack, Nick. Completely trashed it. Okay, back-to-back attacks again. This is another trend that we're seeing in bases is all the wizard towers bunched up together. I think it's designed to be an anti-Valkyrie defense, and whenever you see that, you can just about guarantee there's going to be Teslas in the area as well, and there you go. So Nick says that's okay, I know what to expect here, and we will take advantage of it. One of the healers has backtracked and gone into, so he started healing the golem. That does happen. Golems have more housing space than heroes. I think heroes count as 25 housing space, and healers like to heal the biggest, baddest thing that's taking damage. Nice use of a rage spell there, just to take out that little anti-Valk compartment as soon as possible. So, you know, great situational awareness being shown, and adaptation of the attack. Not many defenses left. He's got his hero, he's got his king at the bottom here, just while doing what heroes do, which is beating on a wall. But he's just got enough Valks left over here. And the wizard's going to take out the one remaining defense, and then it's just a matter of time as everybody runs through and starts taking out all these storages and other buildings and gets the triple. Very nicely done. Okay. God's Gift coming in. See what I mean about the all of the wizard towers all in one clump? So God's Gift coming in with a golem. It's got one hog just to get the lure. He's got a bunch of wizards. They're going to get good value from those wizards because they took out the queen and the CC. A bunch of Valks, a couple have gone on the outside. They're kind of all split up a little bit, but his heroes have gone into the core, so this is kind of a little bit reverse of some other attacks. But he's got enough in the core with that heal spell and the heroes. Completely guts the core. One of the nice things about that anti-Valk wizard compartment is that there isn't actually that much damage other than splash damage coming in that way. So if you can get some high damage, high hit point troops like a king in there, they can really do short work of that compartment. So attack petering out a little bit here, but he's got enough Valks and his king. He's got his king's ability. He's got what, 3 Valkyries, and 3 Valkyries can do a ton of damage. He's even got a nice split on those archer towers, archers there that are going to come and take out the the builders at the bottom. But we will focus on this. It pops the king's ability straight through and gets the job done. Very nice attack indeed. Gods. Okay. Got Andrew coming in with the Valks. A few minions. Nice use of minions because there's no air targeting defenses around, so why not get a few free buildings and help build your funnel. Queen down with a few healers, so starts the queen walk off. She is probably going to step up and engage the king here. He's coming in, meanwhile he's coming at the bottom. He's got a few, unlucky with the wall breakers there, but he's built a wide enough funnel that his Valks are going to go straight in. Is a fairly nasty CC here, but he's got 2 poisons down. He's got heals. Better to heal your Valks early, particularly if you're dealing with a CC at the same time. They're beating through walls, doing a great job, completely gutting this base. Baby Drag has locked onto the golem. That's probably not a bad thing for Andrew here. The queen helpfully is going to step in and take out the air defense before it targets her healers. He might lose one, but no, manages to stay up. Meanwhile, his king is helping taking out the few remaining defenses. The queen's going to step up to take out those 2 final buildings, and then it's going to be the triple. So lovely attack. Ooh. 3 Valks and a bowler in the CC, which is interesting composition. Right. Got Miner coming in. He's got a couple of golems, line of wizards, a few wall breakers just to open the base up. A nice spread of wizards and bowlers here. 1 jump spell just to bring everything back together. His queen's going to step up and take care of that baby dragon without too much trouble. He's got heal spells. He's got troops running in every different possible direction here. most of his troops are kind of clustered at the top here. He's got a golem, he's got both heroes, 1 or 2 Valks and a couple of wizards. That's the bulk of his kill squad left. I mean, he's got a wizard here that's going to take out the town hall, which is handy, but it is going to get picked off before much else can go down from it. Meanwhile, his king is doing a nice job of running around taking out all these outer defences. That's going to force his queen to break into a wall, which is perfect because that's where all the defences are. The golem gets there first. Queen gets a bit distracted on some storages here, but she's got a wizard with her that's going to help her take them out faster. King goes down to that cannon, but no matter because there's enough troops to get the job done, and the queen is still up. 1 builder's hut, not too much of a problem. Lovely attack, major. Okay, moving right along. Plan Jenny. These guys also had some quite unusual base designs. They weren't kind of internet style bases that we see a lot of, and that and I think the benefit of having a base that no one's seen before in war can't be underestimated, because people can't just rely on instinct. They have to work out how to attack the base from scratch, and if people don't do that or don't have to do that a lot, it can trip people up, or they may just have not caught or not seen something. So it just creates opportunities for mistakes to happen, and for easy 3s to turn into close 2s. So these guys had a lot of bases, some unusual ones that we hadn't seen before, so that was quite cool on their part, and gave us some good practice hitting different styles of bases. Okay, Jenny's sorry, I haven't actually been calling the attack. So Jenny's coming in with some Valks. It's got a queen walk happening. A golem with a wizard behind is doing some really nice work, just taking out these few final defenses. Unfortunately, the wizard does go down just at the end there, but by the time that happens, there's only a couple of buildings left, and Jenny just pops up, hits the queen's ability, and gets the triple. Very nicely done. Okay, who's next? Smush. On this kind of Town Hall 8.5, there's no expos on this base, so she comes in with a couple of golems. She's got some peckers. She's got bowlers. She's got a jump spell, and a bunch of wizards. Everything's just working their way through the base, nice and methodically. That big moat, see quite a few of these star bases with this kind of moat through the middle. Not sure they're as effective as people think, because it just lets your troops do this. Funnel straight down the middle with a big bunch of splash damage and troop styles that can attack over walls, and you get to take out so much of the base with it. However, obviously it's something a bit different, and it's obviously working for some people. But Smush makes that one look particularly easy. Very nice attack. Okay, and now we are down on to Town Hall 8. So let's check out Zimmer coming in, gets the Zapquake. Nice piece of funneling on his dragons here. He's got a rage spell, takes out the CC and the 1 remaining air defense at the same time. He's come in from the side that's behind the the air sweeper, which is always a good plan. Nasty core of the base there with those 3 Teslas doing quite a bit of damage, even to dragons. 3 Teslas can start to add up, but that's to 1 dragon. When you've got 3 or 4 dragons, it's still not enough. So Zimmer makes that one look easy. A very nice attack. Okay, back to back for Zimmer. Got a few back-to-back calls this war. When something's working well, why change it? So it comes in with the Zapquake. He's got building his funnel here. The air defense is spread out a little bit more on this base, but not too much. Lovely, just superb deployment on the balloons and the raid spell there. Just absolutely brilliant. Nice split on the loons, and they went straight to both air defenses. That was just a thing of beauty right there. And yeah, that just set up this raid to be an absolute crusher. So yeah, beautiful, pleasure to watch, and deservedly gets the result he was looking for. Very nice attack indeed, Zimmer. That was an absolute work of art. Okay, and last but not least, it's one of these kind of slightly engineered, or not just slightly, it's an engineered base. It has one defense, which is one single cannon, and I think it's level 1. Looks like a bit of a pea shooter. So DA goes, well, if you're not going to try with your offense, we're not going to put too much effort. So if you're not going to try with your defense, we won't put too much effort into our offense. We'll barch the base, and that should be fine. So we'll just comes in with a ton of barch and a few heal spells, just to primarily to deal with the king. CC hogs just to take out the one cannon there is, and the rest of the barge do the job. So there you go. Great war. Again, congrats to 3-Star Empire. Probably some of the best attacks and attackers that we've seen. We learn a couple of things, which is always good when you're up against a better clan. So catch you on the next one, and maybe look forward to seeing you guys in another war where we'll give you a run for your money. Okay, meanwhile, hope you enjoyed the video. Clash on.